Okay, our next presenter has been on our campus for 34 years. She is the Vice Provost for Undergraduate Education. Her name is Mary Krause. And I'm going to put a little pressure on you, Bri. We are so far ahead of schedule that you can just elaborate forever on your question if you'd like. So you guys can talk and get us, because we'd hate to let people go home early. So give Mary and Bri a big round of applause. Dixie Chicks.
I'm right near you. So it's a great pleasure for me to be here, and I've just had a wonderful lunch with Bri Watts. So Bri is in fact from California, and she comes from a large family. In fact, she's got a brother then who was an athlete at the University of Utah, a father who was at the University of Utah. And one of the things I asked her, of course, then was, well, wait a minute, you've had a father and a brother at Utah. Why did you not go to the University of Utah? How did you end up at the University of Colorado? And she said, well, first of all, she did not want to have to follow in anyone's footsteps. She wanted to blaze her own trail. And so she came to Colorado and loves Colorado, the mountains and everything else having to do with Colorado. I guess I should mention that she is a center, so that's her position on the court. And we found out some interesting differences between the two of us, actually. There we are sitting at this delicious lunch, and I'm vegetarian, so I'm eating this great big plate full of lovely green things. And what do I find? What's her favorite foods? Well, Bri's favorite foods are mac and cheese. Oh, Reese's peanut butter cups. It turns out I like peanut butter a lot. I eat peanut butter every day almost. And she said, well, peanut butter, but I do like Reese's peanut butter cups. She likes lasagna and cooks lasagna. So a little bit of a difference there in food. Another thing we talked about are musical instruments. So it turned out that Bri in elementary school played the flute 2 years, but then that hasn't continued, but she'd actually really like to take up the piano. She really thinks the piano sounds beautiful, and eventually she'd like to be able to do that, but quite obviously right now she's extraordinarily busy going to school, playing basketball, and so she doesn't have quite time, but I think once she's graduated, maybe she'll have the opportunity to take up that piano. I think another interesting thing I found out about Bri is that she is a sociology major, and some of you may know Joanne Belknap, who's one of the favorite faculty that she's had. Really, when I said, what course has been one of your favorites, she said, anything that Jo Belknap teaches is a great course as far as Bri is concerned. So let's turn to a couple questions, because my first question, Bri decided, was sort of really boring. It wasn't a So I no sooner sit down to lunch than I get criticized, because my original question was something to do with favorite courses. So we developed a couple of others, though. So my first question for Bri is, what was your best time in your 4 years at CU? Because you are a senior, you're going to be graduating. What's been your best time?
I think that my best time here at CU is literally just anything to do with my teammates, being able to make memories and just hang out with them every day and just be with them. Anything with them is just amazing.
So then we're going to follow up with that question a little bit, because she lives with a couple of teammates, and so then you might say, well, what does Bri and what do her teammates do when they're back hanging out in their townhouse? So Bri, do you watch TV? And if you do watch TV, what's your favorite kind of show?
My favorite show is Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I literally love anything reality TV. My roommates Haley and Zoe make fun of me because they think that I'm losing brain cells watching it.
That would have actually been my next question.
But I'm not, and everyone should watch it. I love it. If I could be anything, I'd be a fourth sister. I'd be the fourth Kardashian.
And then the last question was, and this gets back to the food, what would her favorite meal of all time be? If she could put together some foods. And she goes to Mom as well. She said anything that Mom cooks would be wonderful. But if you had that perfect meal, what would that combination be?
Gumbo, mac and cheese, fried rice, anything to do with rice, gyoza, the little fried pot stickers that my mom make, and I think that's it. And Reese's candy.
And what about those vegetables?
No vegetables, nothing green. Haley makes me dinner sometimes. She has to chop it up and hide it in my food, but.
So anyway, I had a really wonderful lunch getting to know Bri, and I'm looking forward to watching her on the court this year.
And I wanted to say thank you so much for coming. I really enjoyed the time that I had with you, and here is a little gift.